Hello, friends. Today we are talking with Lara E. Madden and Jay Hill. I've chatted with them once before here. Today we're going to be talking about their second anthology. This is their first anthology, and I'm so excited to chat about their second one. It's called Fool's Honor. So we're gonna have so much fun chatting. Let's just jump right on into this interview, and I hope that you enjoy it as much as I enjoy doing it. Also, if you're interested, be sure to check out the last chat that I had with them about what darkness fears. Really good chat. And if you're new here, be sure to hit the subscribe button because I love chatting about writing and publishing. And I also love doing interviews like this. So let's hop into this. So first of all, can you guys tell us a little bit about yourself, or just for the people that might not know about you and your anthologies? You guys have been on this video podcast once before, and we loved our chat last time. It was so much fun. But just for people who might not know about you and your work.
Here we go. Okay. Well, I'm not the star of the show here. But
that's what you're starting.
My name's Lara E. Madden. I have been publishing with these anthologies, the second anthology that we're doing. So I do, for short stories, I mostly play around with speculative fiction, but I'm working on a novel that's contemporary. So.
Yay, that's cool.
I'm Anne J. Hill. I am an author and I do freelance editing, and I just opened a small press called 20 Hills Publishing. So there's that, and anthologies. Yeah, I don't know what else is the rest of
and I've really enjoyed just our relationship and getting to know you guys better. So it's been so much fun.
Yeah, I was like, this one's less nerve-wracking because I'm not meeting you and also answering questions.
Right. There's been like, I'm kind of a night owl, so like sometimes like I'm up and then all of a sudden you message me. I think you've seen that I'm on, and then I'm like, she's a night owl too. we get along well. Yes. It's funny. So how have you guys been doing since the first anthology? I mean, you guys did a great job with the first anthology. I've loved it. I have to post my review, which I will be doing soon for this book too, just so you know. Yes. But how have you guys been doing since the first one, and how has it been going with this new one?
Good.
Yeah.
a lot in personal life has happened, but like in book world, a lot has also happened.
right.
It's busy. Yeah. We pretty much ended that one. Well, we already had been talking about the next, like doing another one before we finished it.
Yeah.
So we kind of, doesn't feel like we stopped. We just
dove right into the next
doing
one,
it, and that's what we're doing this time too. So where I am.
That's awesome.
So I'm not even trying to remember when the stop and start is.
Sure.
About a week later, maybe a little less than a week.
Less than a week. I was there mentally.
Awesome. That is great. And I know, Anne, you're working on a book that's going to be publishing end of the year, I believe. Do you want to share a little bit about that? And or are you not really sharing much about that right now yet?
I can share some. So it's my debut novel, like an actual full novel by me, not just short stories. And I'm hoping to publish it in December, but it might be like December, early next year, depending on how it goes. But it's high fantasy with like some dark fantasy hints and slightly a Beauty and the Beast retelling.
Yep.
With like elves and
I loved it. Just so you know, like I got to read I got to Alpha read, and it was beautiful, and I loved the detail, and you're very good at detail and stuff. So keep up the good work.
Undetailed version. So that's
and I mean, hey, I thought it was very detailed even as the first version. So I can't wait to read the next version.
Thank you.
Yeah. And how about you, Lara?
I get to hear everything about it. So
I bet it's been fun and everything.
What you're writing.
And then your book is a contemporary, you said.
It's a contemporary young adult general fiction novel.
Mhm.
So mine's going to be on a longer timeline than hers because I'm going to be diving back into nursing school here shortly.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
So it's going to be a little while before I publish, but I'm hoping to finish a solid couple of drafts this year. So
Okay.
and then
Well,
kind of
that is
take it slow with
wonderful.
editing over the next couple of years while I'm in school.
You were
Okay.
saying the setting.
So it's I can say a few things. Yeah, it's about a circus. The premise is that it's a family who grew up in the circus, and
Ooh,
they're
I
like
like
a
that.
sixth generation circus family, and so this is kind of their whole lives, and everything sort of changes all at once when the dad in the family, who's a famous French aerialist, falls off of his high wire and becomes a quadriplegic. So
Oh my word. Oh my word.
so the whole lives
That's
are kind of turned upside down, and everything that the world was kind of based on is turned upside down, and
right.
it follows his teenage daughter. So
Wow, that sounds
very good.
really good. And I love too that you have like the quadriplegic side in there too, because I feel like disabilities, like there aren't that many in books. I feel like there should be
Right.
more. And
Yeah.
I can't wait to see how you do it. And
Her first drafts are like way better than mine because
Oh,
she does them slower but like detailed. I do mine fast and
Yeah.
like write it horribly on purpose on the first round.
And then
isn't that funny? Yeah, that is so funny. Like I am like very fast type. And so I'm the same as you. And you're the same as my husband, Laura. Yeah, my first drafts are really not very good.
I'm like this. I'm just figuring out the story. And
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Nothing more.
Yeah. No kidding. Yeah.
Every time she's got like a big draft done that's like choppy, but it's all there all at once. I'm like, yes, that's awesome. And then every time I get like 150 words written, she's like, great job.
Right. It's so funny.
You do high
Yeah.
fives on that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
know?
Like your words are great because you like took time and edited them. Mine are like, he did this, she said that, and they went there.
But I'm always amazed by how fast you can get it out there. I'm like, I wish I had something I
I
could.
haven't gotten it out there yet.
Right.
So let's be a little hasty.
Isn't that funny? It's so easy to, and then it's so easy to kind of like, it's so easy to, as a writer, to compare yourself with that other person. Like, okay, Anne is whipping out the words and getting it done, but then you're also probably getting out like my husband, getting out a better draft for the first draft, right?
Yeah.
But then it's just weird how all writers are different and everything, but like, and you get the story out, like get it out, and like you might have some he said this or he's gonna do that, but like you'll come back and fix it. And then the same for you, Laura. It's like it's just so cool how it all works out. So what's one of the biggest lessons that you guys learned from the first anthology that you guys kind of implemented in the second anthology that it just ran so much smoother since you guys kind of went through it the first time?
I think we probably both had the same major answer, which is that you don't do it all in 2 months.
Yeah, well, that
Yeah.
you give more time. We're still kind of a little crunched on time, but not like that. I would say a big one is being like not harsh. Well, yeah, kind of harsher with submissions, like
Okay.
just because there's so many and there's so many good ones. And if we had taken all of the ones we liked, it would have been like 2 or 3 books long.
Wow.
So, like we were quicker to be like, okay, nope.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
This time around, we were more like, if this story blew us away, we'll keep this.
yeah.
Oh.
And the first one was more like, well, shoot, we really liked this one. That one we loved, but this one was really good too. And
So, yeah.
and so
If it needed more editing, we're like, we don't have time.
But
We've
this
learned
one-
not time for that.
I think
I have time for that.
we were able to kind of say, like, even if it's good, if it needs a lot of editing, we just don't really have time to do all the editing. So kind of going with the stories that were already fully hatched and already pretty solid, and only needed some line edits.
Yeah.
So the next time is going to be even more. Like there's still, I'm like, okay, next time we need to do that even more.
Wow,
Yeah.
really? That's really cool though, that you just kind of learned that you kind of have to, because when you do it like in a couple months, like you guys have been, putting these out so fast, and they're such good quality and so professional, by the way, you guys, like, good job. Like, yeah, you guys, oh, that's awesome. And the thing is too, it's like, okay, you need the, like, which one of you is the go-getter and gets like everything organized and gets it like ready to go?
Yep.
And
That's
then
her.
and then Laura, are you the motivational support?
Yes, we have a joke that she does all the hard work and I write words and give opinions.
Yeah. She used to say that
You
I'm
need
giving birth and
both,
she's
right?
So,
Like a little analogy, because I love midwifery. So I always have like birth analogies. It's like she's giving birth to this book and she's the one going through the labor and I'm just here like giving encouragement.
she's doing well. Yeah.
Yeah, that is awesome. Oh, that is so funny. I love that.
contributed some opinions on submissions.
Yeah,
And
you help speak out like submissions and
Yeah.
like finances
help
and
make
then
decisions.
the covers. And then
Yeah.
when I'm like, this is not gonna work, you're like, yes, it is. Okay. Or
That
like,
is
I think that's
awesome.
okay. Give me one fast.
Right. She does most of the magic. So
Oh, okay. Well, that is so cool. And you need both of those. Like when you're like working with a partner on a project like this, like you need both. Otherwise, it's like so easy to like, you get halfway in and then you don't have that support, or, you know, the person saying, you can do this, you can do this. And then you're like, I don't know if I can do this. Like,
but if it was just me, all the details would fall apart.
wouldn't have to.
It would not get finished if it was just me. Or somebody with just my personality. So it works really well to balance each
I
other out.
love that. Oh my word.
Without like asking for submissions if
probably
you had the
not.
idea. Yeah.
Right, 'cause I have to have my everything ahead of time.
Yes, you'd have to.
And-
I'm like, no, we got it. Let's figure it out along the way. Let's start. Like, it's-
Let's just dive
Oh.
in and figure out the details on the way.
That's funny. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm glad that you guys have been able to like just like get them out at together and like being able to work on it where you guys both have your strengths and everyone has their weaknesses. So it's nice that we can kind of like, you know, help each other out when it comes to things like that. I feel like that's really cool. So are you planning on doing more of these anthologies? I know I did see something about like the what was it? I think a Beauty and the Beast and a Red Riding Hood and a
yeah, there's several things going on.
okay.
So I'm doing a few with other people, but
Okay.
so the next one we have, I'm doing with Becca Gramakova. I think that's how you
Oh.
say her name.
Yep.
I can send if you want to like put her Instagram or something, I can send
Oh,
it
yeah.
to you.
Sure.
But we're doing the fairy tale anthology, which is the Beauty and the Beast, Snow White, Little Red Riding Hood.
Okay.
And those submissions will basically close around the time this comes out. So,
Yes. Okay.
and then I'm doing, I have like a Peter Pan one, but it's not open for submissions. It's like I have select people for that.
Okay.
And then I have another one that's like just Beauty and the Beast, but that's like several novellas. That's also not open. But then the
Okay.
next one we have, do you want to explain that? Because I feel like I've been talking a lot.
Oh, yeah, so the next one that we're doing together is going to come out in around Valentine's Day,
January.
yeah, 2023. So that's going to
Ooh.
be a romance genre anthology, and the
Okay.
theme is as of now it's different, like the different sections are kind of different parts, or I guess different seasons in a romance. Like one of the sections is going to be like kind of meet cutes, like first love stories, and then
Yeah.
another section is going to be like a romance that's further down the road,
Like
you know,
maybe
it's like,
New Year's.
yeah,
or like
yeah.
that.
So different,
That is
different
cute.
seasons,
I love
but
that.
love is a choice.
Yeah.
So the theme is like romantic love, but also coming at it as at a perspective of like you choose this person, not just like the kind of stereotypical you fall in love, you can't help it, there's nothing that you can do about it, you know.
Whoops.
It's like like the
Yeah.
falling in love, but also choosing a person.
Yeah,
So
and then having like
Right.
conflict and like
Yeah.
coming out of it, like
so
just
kind
because
of
it's conflict, you're not like, oh well, I guess I can't love you anymore.
just healthy romance.
Yeah.
And yeah, just kind of.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that one. That sounds awesome. Cause like right now I've been just like really focusing on my rom-com stores and trying to like
Oh, fun.
perfect
Yeah.
it and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm in the stage of like, I constantly go between this is not very good. I'm gonna pull out my hair. And then I'm like, okay, this is good. And then I'm like, this isn't. This is trash. I'm gonna throw it away. And then I'm
Every
like,
writer
better.
ever.
Yeah, it's probably a never ending battle.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I thought it sounds really cool. I'm gonna have to submit for that one too. Yeah.
Just send
Awesome.
all of them.
Yeah, send everything.
Yeah, because I actually like oh my gosh, I really wanted to submit some of my fantasy stuff, but lately I've just been doing my rom-com. So I was like, if I have that published, then I'm like thinking like, fantasy stuff published, then people are gonna come to me and want more fantasy. And it's like I don't have any. So I was like, we'll wait on that. I'll submit some fantasy down the road when there's some fantasy books out.
There you go.
There you go.
But yeah.
That one actually submissions open like, again, we're not stopping really. Since there's so much going on, we're like opening submissions like basically right after the fairy tale one ends, so that we can get them in sooner and then spend more time like slowly chipping away at it. So it'll be
That'll
open
be
soon.
nice. That is really cool though. And so Anne, let me ask you this question. Like, how do you do so much without going crazy?
Yes, do tell.
I don't know if I do it without going crazy.
Yeah.
I
yell at your characters a lot.
Yeah, there's a
You
lot
amaze me. You amaze me. Let me just say that. Like on your Instagram, you're this go-getter and you're just getting things done. And you're like, I'm like, I want to strive to be like Anne. Like seriously, and then you're involved in like a bunch of anthologies and like you're getting your publishing company up and going. And I'm like, yeah, you're gonna be really successful with how you're
expecting at some point to hit a wall and be like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I mean, that happens usually almost every other day, but
once a day, she'll walk into the kitchen and say, Lara, why did I put this much on my plate? What was I thinking?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Like, you're crazy. Says, oh yeah, that's right.
That's it, right? Yeah.
She just keeps going.
Oh, that is so funny.
Yeah. Well, when I was a kid, my family gave me the nickname of nonstop, but that was more because I never stopped talking.
Okay.
But now it's carried over into like I just don't stop doing things, and it might be a little bit of a problem, but it's fine.
Hey, it works fine. That's awesome. So like, what kind of tips do you have for people that might want to, I don't know, get more done in a day, work for themselves, do this kind of stuff that you're doing?
I was not prepared for that question.
It's okay.
I think it depends on each person, but for me, well, it also depends for me depending on the day. Some days, like making lists of the stuff I need to get done, like that really helps. Other days, that drives me crazy, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna get done whatever I'm gonna get done. But yeah, I mean, I also have, so I do like my full-time job is at night, and I actually sleep at my job, so I have like most of my days open. So that's also why I can do a lot, because I have time.
Yeah.
Most people don't have like all day to sit around and dream up things. So
yeah.
But yeah, I feel like having, and usually my best days are when I follow like some sort of routine and structure. And if I don't, then I actually lose my mind, which is where I am now. And I need to have routine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like having structure and routine and like pretending that you have a boss, even if you don't, helps.
Right.
Because like you have no one else. Like literally no one's gonna care if I don't do this except for me.
You're either your best or worst boss, right?
Right. I've fired myself many times, rehired myself, and we have conference meetings.
I love that. That is so funny. Oh my word. Oh my goodness. That's awesome. That's a great answer, I think. Laura, are you thinking that you're going to be publishing your book self-publish, or how are you planning to do it?
Yeah.
You can't do it. You can't do 100% self-published. Like,
Yeah,
like not all by yourself.
No, that would be very bad. So I realized this about my personality, that I can't do what she does, and I'm
Yep.
okay with that. So if I self-published, I would actually probably publish through Anne.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I would probably go through her publishing
Cool.
company.
Either that
I
or
know
like-
that she can put out a good book. So
Yeah, they look good and she does a professional job. And I mean, the inside doesn't look self-published at all. I mean, honestly, this book could sit on a shelf and compete with whatever other book was next to it.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, like you guys are awesome. I love you.
So I'm not sure yet whether I'm going to traditionally publish or publish through Anne.
Yep.
But
one or the
yeah,
other.
I'm
Cool.
still deciding.
Sure, yeah, and you've got some time to figure it out.
Yeah, it
It
might depend a bit on the market. And,
Right, and depend on how,
Yeah.
if I'm even publishing books for other people at that point.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I'd rather make sure yours is like, I mean, I would make sure any book I publish is good, but like, I don't want to take yours on if I'm like, actually, like, I'm not ready to do that. Like,
Yeah.
go find someone
Yeah.
better.
Yep.
I believe in you. I think you would do a great job.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure you would too. You guys would both do a good job. So what was it like working on the second anthology together? Was it pretty much the same, or did you guys learn anything new, or?
You had less time this time.
I
That-
did. Yeah,
you
we
get
factored that
school.
in. So I started nursing school last semester. Then I took a semester off this semester.
Yeah.
And I'm starting again next semester. So I was really busy when we first started taking in submissions and things. So we sort of
I think that
worked through them while they trickled in, and then there was a big push like in the beginning of January to get a lot done.
yeah.
I
I think it was kind
I
of
was
similar to
able to
last
quite
time.
involved.
We just kind of sat there
Yeah.
and read them and
yeah,
like, yes, no, yes, no, yes.
That's awesome.
we had 5 or 6 days that were just dedicated to reading submissions.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, where we would just read submissions all day, and that was kind of what we did that day. So
That had to be kind of fun though, right? Like,
it was very fun. Yeah,
yeah.
Just funny.
rainy days.
When we
in.
did What Darkness Fears, she was like, wouldn't it be fun if there was a job where you could just sit here and like decline or accept stories? I was like, that is a thing.
That is a job, right?
That's what we're doing. That's
Right.
what you're doing too.
I love that. Oh my word. That is hilarious.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's many differences other than
Yeah, we took a little more time,
yeah.
and we
more
kind of
time.
knew what we were doing for this time.
Yes,
so
there
that
was
helped.
less trying to figure out how do you publish a book versus like how do we make this one good.
Right.
Like, so it's
Yeah.
a lot easier. Like
And there was less networking this time too, because we had a lot more connections from doing the last
yeah,
book.
Right.
So it was a little easier to find.
there's a lot more submissions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. And you know
Yeah.
what? I think as you guys continue to go, you're going to keep getting more and more and more submissions because
that's why we have to get harsher because like,
Yeah.
I cannot read 100 stories.
Right.
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
we
which is
took the-
exciting because it means that you guys are doing something right and people want to be
Yeah.
involved with it, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a sign that your plan for this publishing company that you have, Anne, and the anthologies that you guys have been doing is working. So it's super exciting. I mean, yeah. I get excited about it because it's like totally entrepreneurial and I eat that stuff up. I love it.
It's fun.
No, thanks.
But yeah, speaking of 20 Hells, you did
Mhm.
she's technically you're like what? Contracted as an editor / anything I
Mhm.
throw at you and
Yeah, so she
Cool.
stressed herself out with editing. So I'm contracted to help her with overflow editing.
and
So
anything else.
nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So
I'm
you're like
Perfect.
kind of on my team,
contractor.
but you're not an employee because of taxes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
Again, she's making opportunities for other people. It's what she does.
Fun.
She's amazing.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And that's one thing too I've really enjoyed about like you on your Instagram, and like you really have like, you really do pull like from other creatives like to help them like to show what they're working on and their projects and your giveaways that you've done with other people, and like you're really good at that community building. So good job on that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You follow them. I still think it's more amazing. So.
I'm pretty sure that your social media abilities are more amazing.
I mean, I could not get that close to fire. So.
That is so funny. Oh my goodness. So where can people find your anthology? I know it's coming out soon here. And where can they find out more about you guys as well online?
Yeah, you can, it'll be up on Amazon in ebook, hardback, and paperback. And then I have a shop too. You can buy them there, the hardback and paperback. The paperback is coming out later because they're still working on it. It's our first hardback, so it's a bit of a guinea pig. So it's gonna come out
exciting.
whenever it's done.
Ah, that's so exciting though. I'm so pumped for you guys. Okay, so I do know that What Darkness Fears is going to be coming out in hardcover very soon, I believe. When is it coming out? And I believe there's a few extra stories in it, correct?
Yes, we're going to have a few extra stories and some fun stuff, and it'll be coming out on September 23rd.
Yeah.
Yay!
And it's going to have illustrations as well, and we're going to redo the paperback as well. It's not going to have, the paperback will have the same stories and it won't have illustrations. We're going to just touch up some of the stories and formatting and just release it again with the second edition basically. Yeah,
awesome. That'll be super exciting.
Have extra stories in it. We were hoping to put them in the original, but we ran out of time. But they were like both our favorite stories. So we're like, we have to put it in. So now, like a year later, let's do it.
You're putting it in. I like asking this question for all the people that I interview. What it has been the most difficult thing about doing these anthologies for you guys? Do you think?
Interviews, they're the worst. Just kidding.
Right. And you know what, honestly, like I'm an introvert and I really don't like doing interviews, but like I've been pushing myself, like get on it, Devin. Like seriously, even when I go to conferences, I'm like, I don't want to go talk to people, but this is my job. So I have to do it because if I don't do it, then I'm gonna miss out. So I hear you on the interview side. I hear you.
That's definitely not the hardest part.
You seem like natural. Like you seem like
oh, thank you.
Comes easy to you, so I'm very impressed.
Probably because you do it so much. So now it looks normal.
Starting out, let me tell you, I was a little bit more. I've learned a lot. Let me tell you, I've been doing the interviews for probably about a year now, and I've learned a lot. But thank you. That means a lot that you feel like I'm natural with how I'm doing it, at least. So that's right.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, I didn't. I was just going to restate the question.
Probably some of the hardest parts are when it's sort of starting to come down to the wire with deadlines and there's still a lot to do and trying to get, I mean, I don't coordinate people. Generally, you're the one coordinating people, but trying to run around, get everybody to finish their different pieces and get everything coherent. Editing down.
I would say editing and choosing submissions tend to be the hardest. It depends on like the last book, those were still some of the hardest, but then there are other things that were like even harder too, but this time they weren't. Like the cover, super easy, like a different designer. I'm not that the other one was bad, but this one was like just so much easier. I think also because we learned that to pick a title, since it's a pre-made cover, to pick a title that fits like the word space. The last time we like picked one that did not, she had to like redo everything to like make it fit. So it was like, are we going to have a cover? Like, is this going to happen?
And actually, we were working on title ideas for a while. The title idea kind of came down to the wire too.
For this one?
Yeah.
For Fool.
Yeah, because we were trying to find.
I feel like we spent like one day actually.
It's a smaller space. Because we threw around ideas for a while and then finally
we like sat down on one day and did, but it was so long ago that I was like, that wasn't a time thing.
For about 2 short words to fit nicely. So we were trying to figure out how to kind of encapsulate the idea in a fun way that wasn't too on the nose but fit this well.
I don't like things on the nose. Too on the nose. It drives me crazy.
So literal but not too literal.
Right. Well, so I guess those were probably the most difficult for you guys and everything.
For the first naming it wasn't, I mean, maybe it's one of the things you helped more with, so it was maybe more difficult for you.
I mean, I wouldn't say it was one of the
But
most difficult, but it was
I think
a part
it is,
of the
I mean,
cover.
yeah. Or the
Yeah.
that was the only cover problem really
Yeah.
was, and just seeing if she could, because originally
We
the
very few changes to make on the
yeah, originally these were like little bees on the corner, but now they're
Oh.
the card suits.
Yes.
So this cover actually, we've been eyeing it for like months, and like
yeah.
It's
we need
beautiful.
it, but it does not fit our anthology. Like it was like nothing about it fits, because it was just
Yep.
gonna be trickster characters. So then I was like, okay, hold on. What if we like tell people, like, if we get a few like steampunk stories in here, then it will fit. And then we're like, maybe we can change something. And we're like, a card, and it works, and now it's perfect. But like,
And then also there was this idea of it being a book, so it's kind of like a manual for tricksters.
yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
And a story that kind of continues through each of the sections. So
Yeah.
it opens up into the sections, and it's like this manual for how to be a trickster.
I love that. I just finished reading it.
Okay.
I just finished reading it, and I absolutely love it. So I'll be having a review for you, just so you know. Anne. Yeah. But I've been loving it. I love that little, like, basically like a manual for trickery, right?
That one was actually really hard. So that is one of the things that was hard. The first set of rules I like knocked out in like a day, maybe. Like it was so
Okay.
fun and easy. And then all the other sections, I was like, what?
What do I do?
I was like, I said all the rules. What else did
Yeah. That is
So
funny.
I just have Crystal Grant did a lot of editing for us. She helped. We were like both like the day, like maybe 2 days after editing was supposed to be done, actually. We were just on there, like on Google Docs at the same time, like going through each section and like throwing ideas out. And, like so she could have actually like helped write half of them.
Yeah.
But I was like, these ones are just gonna be terrible compared to the first one. But they actually now read them and was like, these are pretty good.
Yeah.
They're fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I love
Part of
that.
it, like feels like I didn't write it. I was like, oh yeah, because that was not me. That was Crystal.
That is awesome.
But it was fun.
That's great. And oh, that's just awesome. So I guess in the second part of this question then, what is the most precious thing about doing these anthologies, and the thing that you've just enjoyed and you find most precious about it?
I like getting to like kind of like networking and getting to know other authors. There's like a lot of writing friends I've met just through this, like even from the first one. And now a lot of them are in the second one too, and then meeting new people, and it's fun. Like basically making writing friends.
Right.
Get to do work with. I think that's fun. And then I would say spending more time together, but we live together, so we already do that. But now we have like a productive thing to do with our time.
Yeah. I love that.
Let's make something with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think also hearing other people like discover writers from it. Like I have heard like, oh, like, and then I don't know, basically readers discovering writers through our anthology is fun. Or just hearing like people talk about their favorite ones, and some of my favorite people that are in it, some other people are like, oh, I need their books now. Like they don't have any yet, but keep watching them. They will have them soon.
They'll have some soon, right? Yeah, that is so cool. I just love too your guys' like friendship, and like the fact that you guys went to like elementary school together, right?
Middle school
together.
We sort of went to middle school, but we didn't know each other until high school.
Yeah.
Like last couple of years in high school is when we got to know each other. So
That's really cool, because like I feel like normally like at least a lot of writers that I know, and like myself included, like at my school, like I didn't know any other writers. Like I didn't know it in high school and elementary school.
So, well, we didn't know. We were like, our school was small, so we like everyone knew each other, but I don't think we realized we both wrote until like junior or senior year. And we were doing like, our school was doing like a fundraiser, like a lunch sale, a sub sale thing. And we were just standing there. Yeah, we were packaging lettuce for subs, and like just I don't know how we came up, but just started talking about like our characters. I'm like, wait, you write too? And then we decided,
same kind of strange as me.
I was like, okay, you write, we have to write a book together. And she's like, okay, this is weird.
Yeah.
different we are, like how different our writing is.
Yeah, so basically I had a whole story and was like, you have to write it with me. And she's like, I don't know what is going on in this book.
That is so funny.
60 miles an hour.
Okay, but that
Yeah.
book was, it was originally back then, it was the Odyssey, but like a retelling in space.
Yeah, so
But
cool.
now it's turned into, it's the same characters, similar plot, but now it's like high fantasy kind of like set in the time period inspired by the 1800s, not at all related to Greek mythology. However,
Okay.
I have a short
This is
story
fantastic.
set in this world.
This is so full circle. And I don't think she thought about this until
No.
I said, hey, remember when the series that you were writing was a retelling of the Odyssey in space?
Yeah, so the man
Oh,
of twists and turns,
It's so
Yes.
good. I finished it the other
an
day.
Odysseus retelling, and it's
I
set
love
in
that. Oh my
the
gosh.
my series.
Full
So
circle. That's
yeah.
awesome. It was
I
great
love
having you guys, and I hope to do more interviews with you guys in the future.
Sounds good.
It's been
Yeah,
super
sounds good.
fun. Perfect. Okay, well, make sure that if you're watching this video, hop over to Anne's video channel over on YouTube here and watch their interview.